The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction of 2024 is arguably the most important transit of the year. Definitely the most exciting transit of 2024 because it is opening up a portal for us. It is opening up new hope and optimism and possibility to create a brand new beginning in our lives. Breaking us free from stagnation, a turning of the tide, something finally releasing and letting go that's been heavy for us, or a sense of this thing that I know that I want, it's my birthright. I need it to feel safe and secure in the world. It has my name on it. I am saying yes to this, and I am co-creating my divine inheritance, so to speak. I am co-creating the manifestation of this with the divine. Happy Taurus season. Happy birthday to all of my beautiful Taurus friends. I love that the sun is now in fixed Earth, along with Jupiter and Uranus, helping to support us to create something that is rich, solid, stable, and life-enhancing. This is the highest octave of this transit. And I have done 2 videos for you on this transit, but in this video, what I wanted to do was talk about how can we bring this energy down to earth. I want to give you practical tips and strategies for working with the universe on whatever it is you want to bring into reality. Because for good reason, this transit, Jupiter-Uranus conjunct, has been getting a lot of airtime in this astrological world. But you could be feeling, uh-oh, did I miss my chance? Am I not receiving this lucky break that everyone's talking about? And I wanted to remind everybody that although this weekend when this video is going live, April 20th and 21st, this weekend is the exact conjunction, although this is true, this is a 14-year cycle that is playing out, and it may very well take 6 months, a year, or even several years before you see the full fruition, that thing that you look back on and say, that's when this came to life for me. Whatever that is for you, new relationship, new home, a bank account that takes care of your everyday needs, a career that matches what your heart most wants, whatever it is for you. I wanted to remind everyone that this is the moment in which we are planting that seed. We are conceiving of the idea. We are putting that heart's desire into the fertile soil of our heart and our mind. This is the time for this. So you're not behind, you haven't missed out, it's not too late. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you some practical tips on how to work with these energies, how to take back your power as an astrological co-creator, as the spiritual warrior of light of your own life. I strongly encourage you to watch the first part of this video. This is really going to be the bulk of your 12-sign readings, the first part of this video, and I'm going to be offering you a ritual to help you embody this Jupiter-Uranus energy and to help prepare you energetically to receive your Jupiter-Uranus heart's desire. And I will be quickly going through all 12 signs to let you know where this is happening in your chart if you are not yet aware, as well as pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs. I love the magic and the additional messages that come through the cards. But before I go deeper, I want to say hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new to me, I'm so glad you found us. This is a like-minded community. If you want to feel empowered through the astrology, be sure and subscribe so you don't miss a video. And hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos and have subscribed to my channel. I am incredibly grateful to you. I would not be here without you. You are all warmly welcome to join us Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time when my videos generally go live. And hello and welcome to my Sunday chat friends who are with us on today's premiere. Thank you for tapping the like button right now so you don't forget, and leave me a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach, and it is my joy, my passion, and my dedication to empower you through the astrology. In both my videos and my professional astrology consultations, I love weaving together spiritual insights, divine downloads, my intuitive hits that I get when I'm working with you, as well as Western tropical astrology. So if you would like to know how this transit is activating your natal astrology planets and points, and all of the other transits that are going on right now in your unique chart. Go to my website, check out my astrology consultations. There are testimonials there as well. I also write about the astrology during the week between videos. So if you'd like to get direct to your inbox before my updates go out to social media, go to my website and subscribe to my weekly astrology inspirational updates, and you will get a free instant download of my soothing guided meditation, Reconnecting to Your Spirit. Now, for those of you who've not yet seen my other videos on this conjunction, the exact Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening at 21 degrees of Taurus. So those of you who have planets or points between 18 and 24 degrees of Taurus, or the other fixed signs of Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio, you will feel the energy of this conjunction most personally, most intensely. Additionally, if you have planets or points in Virgo or Capricorn between 20 and 23 degrees, wherever you have those planets or points, that area of your chart is going to be activated as well. And if you have planets or points in Cancer or Pisces between 20 and 23 degrees, you will receive additional activations in that area of your chart. And that is something that I can illuminate for you, of course, during an astrology consultation. Keep in mind, though, that we all have 21 degrees of Taurus somewhere in our natal astrology chart. This is the area of your life where you will, at the very least, feel more optimistic, more hopeful, and a sense of it's an invitation to open up this area of your life, to take a risk, to step out of your comfort zone, to embrace positive change. This is where Jupiter and Uranus want to give you the gift of a tangible life upgrade. So the first tip I have for you is to remember that this is a process. It is not a one-night wonder. It is an unfolding, manifestational, co-creative process, you and your divine source. And what I encourage you to do is to do some reflection, if you haven't already, on what is a strong desire for you right now. What feels like you need to have it? And I know that word need has negative connotations, but when we're in Taurus energy, it is connected to our earthly needs. Our food, our shelter, our money, our sense of beauty. Beauty is an essential nutrient in terms of aesthetic pleasure. Remember, we are in an earthly playground, and this means that we do have sensual needs. We do want to be receivers of the goodness of life, and that is different for everyone. And I really want to make this point that I am not talking about wealth at the expense of others. I'm talking about everybody having their divine and earthly needs met. Because of the depth of Taurus desire for each and every one of us during this transit is a need to feel solid, stable, and secure in the world. A need for love, a need for comfort, a need for touch, a need for delicious food, nutritious food, to see and take in and experience the beauty of life. Taurus is an earth sign. It's very physical, so it includes our physical health as well. And Taurus is also our values, which have changed dramatically. At least many of us have experienced dramatic shifts in our values since 2020, since that metaphorical earthquake went off on the planet. Many of us have had cataclysmic changes in our lives, and we've reordered our priorities. So this transit is saying, where do you need a rebalancing of your life? We're in a new soul cycle now with Pluto in Aquarius. So tip number one, in order to feel balanced in your life, my friend, what needs course correcting? This can also be you deciding to simplify, lightening your load, releasing a responsibility or a commitment for some of you, something ending. Most of us want a new beginning in this area of our life, wherever this is happening. And to have a new beginning, we have to let the ending happen. So we are being called to be fiercely honest with ourselves about what is not working in our life, what needs upgrading, what do we need to feel like our life is improving. What is that for you? What is your highest value right now? Take your Sagittarius arrow and point it in that direction. We also want to keep in mind that although Jupiter and Uranus can work quite quickly, we can have those lightning fast epiphanies, we can find ourselves going in accelerated motion, something comes out of the blue and we act on it. This is Taurus energy. It is fixed earth, which is slower moving. We tend to be more cautious in Taurus energy. We don't act until we feel a yes in our belly. We feel like a strong gut feeling that it is time to take action. So we may need more patience during this Jupiter-Uranus Taurus as we slowly and steadily work toward our end goal. Now, a common precursor to a transit like this is that you feel like something has to give. It starts with a feeling of discontent. It starts with a feeling of boredom or restlessness or exhaustion or a health issue or some other symptom or sign, anger, frustration, or a pattern of loss happens and you're like, something has to change here. I can't keep doing this part of my life in this way. Something's got to give. And this is where we are ripe for a revolution. Remember that Uranus is about revolution, innovation, rebellion even. Where are you feeling a sense of inner rebellion? This is where we get to take back our power and we get to say, no, no longer. I'm not doing it this way anymore. I am doing my own personal rebellion, which can result in an inner revolution around self-worth and deserving. Uranus wants to free us and liberate us, but what has to happen first? We need to have the awareness of where we want freedom and liberation, and then sincerely, and this is a tip, sincerely intend a breakthrough, sincerely intend and choose to actively participate in our own transformation. Because a Jupiter-Uranus transit, that is going to be one that we look back on and say, that's when I had a big life change. That's when I made a choice to go in a different direction, for example. That's going to be transformational, right? And that means you can't do this by yourself. That means we can't do this from an ego level. We have to partner with our soul, which is what, by the way, my book is about. The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. If you don't have my book yet, the link is in the description box below, and it's all about partnering with your soul to co-create what you want most. And Jupiter coming together with Uranus, after all, Uranus, it's the higher octave of Mercury, communication. This is the time to be open to those messages through your dreams, through journaling, through automatic writing, which I teach you how to do in my book, through those little tiny soul nudges that take you out of your normal routine. This is the time, if there was ever a time to do something differently than you've been doing it, the time is now. So it's like yesterday, I went and had my nails done, and normally I would just walk home from there, but I was like, I don't feel like going home. So I sat on the beach for a while, and then I went to get some takeout food at a place that I've never been before, and ended up striking up a conversation with a couple of really nice guys who were sitting next to me waiting for their food. And the whole experience was kind of different and new and energizing for me. Did any big aha moment come out of that? No, but it was energizing and enlivening. And that's us preparing for maybe another epiphany that feels more significant. And because our human self and our egos want comfort, they want the same routine day after day, the ego self wants to feel safe in routine. Because of that, anything that you say yes to that's out of your routine is like kindling for your own inner revolution that is taking you in the direction of that lucky break or good fortune that you want to be receiving right now. Now, this is perhaps the most important tip that I have for you in this video. When I did the chart for this exact moment of Jupiter and Uranus coming together, I noticed that the moon was in Virgo. Moon in Virgo at 29 degrees, the very last degree, we call it an anaretic degree. It is where the moon feels quite intense, and it's an ending, it's a culmination. What is Virgo energy? Ruled by Mercury and Chiron, the wounded healer archetype. Virgo energy, in a word, is healing. It's healing the self. This weekend when this video is going live, you could get a message from your own higher self, or you hear it through a conversation or another communication, a message that shows you what is ready to heal within you, a message that opens you up to your own inner narrative. The Virgo moon to me is about our inner narrative, the story that we tell ourselves. Is it a story of capability and confidence and courage, or is it about what we don't have, what we lack? In other words, are we in a state of positive expectation that, yes, I'm doing this, I'm co-creating this thing, I'm so excited to bring it into my life? Or are we saying, I hope I get something good from this transit, If it's the latter, we have an opportunity right now to take back our power and rewrite the story, rewrite the narrative. Another way of saying this is to claim your spiritual identity, which is your power to create the life that you desire. And because the moon is in Virgo during this exact conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus, part of that inner narrative that we want to shift could be about what we think we need to improve in ourselves, what we think we need to fix, where we don't feel perfect enough. And it could be completely unconscious, my friend. You could be saying, oh, I don't have any of that in my narrative. It's not part of my story. I used to be a perfectionist, but I'm not anymore. Very likely this is something that you are not conscious of. If we think we have to fix ourselves, if we think we're not quite ready to receive our good fortune from Jupiter and Uranus, if we don't feel confident that we deserve what we want, it's time for us to break through that, to receive a breakthrough in this regard. And it reminds me of the story of Cinderella with the evil stepsisters and stepmother who repeatedly tore down Cinderella's confidence, right? But Cinderella had a powerful heart's desire. She had a powerful heart's desire to break out of that ecosystem that she lived in. Deep down, she knew that she deserved better than that. She wanted to go to the ball. She had no idea how she was going to get to the ball. She didn't fully know what her true beauty was, but her heart's desire, and this is what it's all about, her heart's desire was incredibly strong. It was way stronger than her conditioning. It was way stronger than the stepmother and the stepsisters who were so mean to her. Her heart's desire trumped all of that. And that is what brought the magic into her life. That's what allowed her to receive the magic of the fairy godmother, her dress of rags turning into a gorgeous ball gown, the pumpkins turning into a coach. Everything she needed to go to the ball and meet the prince and dance with the prince, everything she needed, it was all within her. It was all within her. She magnetized all of that magic to her through the magician archetype. And so I invite you, my friend, and this is a practical tip, I invite you to engage your inner magician, to call on your inner magician to help you in this co-creative process of Jupiter and Uranus coming together. I also find it significant that just 3 days after this exact conjunction, we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio that is square Pluto. Pluto, the great detoxifier, the great illuminator, showing us a truth, bringing in an awareness. I'm actually excited for this, and I don't usually get excited for a Pluto transit, but now that I see it in the bigger picture of what is going on in the astrology with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is happening on the tails of the Aries solar eclipse, which said, what's your new identity? What's your new I am? What are you claiming as the thing that you're going after? Because the Scorpio full moon is happening after the eclipse, after the exact conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus, we are likely going to be receiving some revelation that is going to show us a truth that we have not seen before this. And I feel that it's going to be a profound truth, a liberating truth, Uranus, a truth that allows you to reframe your past, perhaps, or reframe something that's going on in your life right now that puts you back in your power. So, for example, most of us light workers have experienced this. We have a shift in consciousness, relationships end, jobs end. We claim our power, we get pushback from other people. This is your chance to see the truth from a new vantage point, from the vantage point of you having taken charge of your life, rather than you seeing you through the eyes of someone who's rejected you, or someone who has shamed you, or betrayed you, or abandoned you. All of us have experienced this core wound of abandonment, betrayal, or shame. And it's the story that we've told about that, or that we're continuing to tell about that often traumatic event, that is at the basis of our ability to co-create our heart's desire going forward. So my guidance for you for the Scorpio full moon, and this is another tip, is to ask yourself, what's really true here? What really happened if it's something in your past? What is the truth of who I am right now? What does me in my highest power, in my most confident, courageous self, what does that look like? It's time for us to reframe the reality of our life. We're in a new soul cycle now. And whatever happens for you during the Scorpio full moon, it could very likely bring up anger. So I really want to encourage you, because what I've learned from coaching clients over a 20-year period is that anger can be really challenging for those of us on a spiritual path. We often suppress it. We often don't even know when we're angry. But suppressed anger takes up energy, and it can often block our manifestations. So constructive release of your anger, and if you need help with that, my friend, you can book a clarity coaching session with me, and I can help you. I can guide you through a process that will allow you to release whatever is in the way and let go of that anger. The best way to get this Jupiter-Uranus energy moving is to take a risk. Take a risk, my friend. Risk-taking is different for everyone. Your risk may not be like a big risk to me. My risk may be not anything that you would want to do. But small risks take us to bigger risks. They build our courage and confidence. And the risk that you take doesn't have to have anything to do with what you're actually wanting to manifest. So you may want to shift in your career, and you may decide to run a 10K. Or you may want to bring in a new soulmate partner, and so you take a painting class. You get the idea. And in my last Jupiter-Uranus video, I talked about the last 3 Jupiter-Uranus conjunctions that we've had. And I gave you examples of what happened in my life so that you can go back to those last 3 conjunctions and look at your own life and notice what your process was. How did it play out for you? The last time that Jupiter and Uranus came together was 2010, 2011. And I mentioned in that last video that I took a business development class because a door had closed in my career, and I needed to rebrand my work and put my work out to a different community. But even while I was in that process of that business development course, and I met a coach, and it was a wonderful connection that we had, and it really helped open me up career-wise, even though that was happening, taking that course was not a big risk for me. It was good for me, but it wasn't a risk. So several months after the course, when the energy still felt like it was moving more slowly than I wanted it to, I decided to take a bigger risk. And what that risk was for me, and again, it's different for everyone, you may not relate to this, but for me, I decided to take a flying trapeze class. It was a weekend class, and it was terrifying for me, absolutely terrifying. Climbing up that ladder, I think it's 22 feet or 25 feet or something. I went into sort of this foggy daze while I was climbing up the ladder. It was really, really scary. But once I got to the top and the person hooked me in, tethered me to the cord, told me I was going to be okay. Once I did that, I felt this incredible sense of exhilaration, this incredible sense of, oh my gosh, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. So any kind of risk that you can take that makes you feel like this is really scary, but I'm going to do it anyway, that can open up your mind, your physical body even, and bring in a new sense of possibility and exhilaration and openness that prepares you to receive, to sort of make your own inner soil fertile and ready to receive your Jupiter-Uranus heart's desire. Now, I want to offer you a ritual that you can do to get this energy moving for yourself. And the most important thing to keep in mind about ritual is that it's all based on intention. So even if you don't have like the supplies that I'm going to mention to you, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're very clear on your intention, on what you want to release and what you want to call in. And especially because Jupiter and Uranus are in Taurus, and that's earth energy, that is the physical body, that is the beauty and comforts and pleasures of life. A ritual right now, I feel, is going to be that much more powerful. So what we used, and I did this with my daughter over FaceTime because I'm in Mexico, she's in the Seattle area. What we used are essential oils. So I took a few drops of different essential oils that I like, and I put them in a little bowl with water, and I sprinkled it all over myself. And then I lit a candle for each of us. We wrote out our intentions, what we want to release, what we want to call in, and we took turns speaking our intentions out loud. You can write your intentions on strips of paper and burn them as you say them. If you're doing that, of course, do it outside so it's safe. Or you can burn something else as like a talisman of energy. So follow your own spirit, use in your own ritual what feels right to you. Of course, as long as it doesn't do harm to anyone, but embodying your desires through an intentional act of manifestation can be very, very powerful and super fun. And last but not least, my friend, don't forget to call in your ancestors, your angels, your spiritual guides. Call in your dream team in the ethereal realms to assist you. Ask for a breakthrough. Ask for their help. Remember that you're not doing this alone. And when you get a sign or synchronicity, when you get that little nudge in your mind that says, go do this, or change your routine today, or call this person, act on that sign or synchronicity. That, of course, is the universe showing you the way. Okay, so let's do the 12 sign readings now. Listen for your rising sign. Your rising sign is the area of your life in which you will be experiencing this Jupiter-Uranus transit. You can also listen to your sun, moon, and even Venus sign for further intuitive messages. I'm going to be going quickly through the signs, letting you know what kind of change, life upgrade, or new hope and optimism to shift up, change up in powerful, positive ways this area of your life. And then I will pull an oracle card for each of the 12 signs as well. So let's start with Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is happening for you in your first house of identity, the self. This can affect any area of your life because it's an angle of your chart. So big picture, this is how you see yourself and how others see you. This is your appearance can even change. Your look can change. You can change your wardrobe. Your health can shift. This is the house that represents your vitality as well. And this is the roles that you play in your life, both personally and professionally. This is your status. So expect to have some sort of opening, positive change and shift, or restlessness in a role that you currently play in your life. This can be about a relationship, a significant relationship that you're in. This can be a role that you are involved in your work, or it can be like, I want a new job, I want a promotion, I want to start my own business. It's a status change for you. This is where Jupiter is expanding you to look for new options. This is where Jupiter is saying, are you happy in this area of your life? Are you restless? Are you bored? What do you need to change up? What, you could move during this time. You could change your career. You could change your relationship, or you could upgrade and deepen and bring more harmony and joy and innovation into any of those areas of your life as well. So, beautiful Taurus, this is a life-changing shift for a lot of you, especially if you have planets or points near the 21-degree point, or if your ascendant, your rising sign point, is around 21 or 22 degrees. So Taurus, I'm shuffling the cards, and let's see what the cards have to say for you. Taurus, your card is fogged in, go slow and take your time. Okay, some of you are feeling fogged in. Some of you are feeling like, I don't know which way to go. And that may be because we've had so many planets in Pisces, and Pisces is the fogged in kind of energy. It's feeling confused or feeling like it's hard to let go of something. You may have a fear about releasing. We have to let go of a current identity in order to step into a new identity. Watch the first part of this video where I talk about how this transit is calling on us to shift our inner narrative, to shift a story. This won't be applicable to all of you. Some of you may already be off and running on your Jupiter-Uranus new reality, but if you're not yet, then it could be that there is something that could even be buried deep within you that is an old sense of conditioning. It came from a past life, or it came from your childhood, that is not the truth of who you are, that needs reframing. You stepping back into your power, beautiful Taurus. And the Scorpio full moon, which I have a separate video for you on, it's linked in the description box below. That full moon may illuminate a truth for you that opens you up to your true identity and brings you back into your power. So it's time to reclaim your power, but it's also time to enjoy the ride, enjoy where you are, not push yourself. Go slow and take your time. Enjoy the exoticness of maybe the anticipation, maybe the vision. Do you have a vision yet, Taurus? You want to have a vision right now. What is your burning heart's desire? What is your, I'm touching my belly and I don't know why. This is about your power, solar plexus, the belly, right? What are you reaching deep down into your solar plexus to receive courage and confidence about? It's time to harness that courage and confidence in your solar plexus and say yes to what your heart wants. As you take tiny steps in that direction, you'll feel more and more empowered, and the clarity that you need will come. Beautiful Taurus, if you resonate with this, if this makes sense to you, or whatever you want to share, leave us a comment, let us know. Okay, Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are experiencing the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, a new 14-year manifestational cycle in your house of earned income, values, and material securities. This is also the house of self-love and self-esteem. This is traditionally the house of Taurus, Aries. And so for you, this transit is all about you opening up to your deserving, your worthiness. What do you want now? What does your heart most want? For many of you, you may say, I want to earn more money. For some of you, you may say, I want to transform my own sense of inherent worthiness. And some of you may say, my values have really shifted. My values have really changed. I need to align my material life with my new values. Whatever it is your sense of what you need to feel comfortable in this life. Know that you deserve it, Aries, and it'll be much easier for you to manifest. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, beautiful Aries. Aries, your card is embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Wow. Okay, so this card has a couple of different meanings. One is that there's a transformation going on for her. Her words are transforming her. This to me ties into you claiming a new identity for yourself, to reframing your narrative or your story. We just had the solar eclipse in your sign. That was about us deciding what we want to go after and then creating a new I am statement, a new up-leveling of how we see ourselves, reframing how we see ourselves. The other message is that you are excited about something, that you are very enthusiastic about something, that you want to communicate with others, that you're sharing with others. And this card is saying, yes, do. Happiness is yours. Fulfillment is yours. Something is coming to you that you are going to be shouting to the heavens with happiness about, beautiful Aries. So if this resonates for you, let us know. Leave me a comment. You will inspire all of us. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you're experiencing this transit of Jupiter coming together with Uranus, opening you up to a new tangible life upgrade in your area of your immediate environment, your neighborhood, your ecosystem. And of course, this is a lot of different things because it depends on how you live your life. It's your neighborhood. It's the home you live in. It is where you do all of your errands. It's where you work out, where you do yoga if you do yoga, where you engage with other people. It's also the house of communication and mindset and your devices and short trips. So it's a house of movement. It's a house that is connected to your own business, if you have your own business, to writing, to teaching. And basically what this is saying with Jupiter and Uranus here is, what needs to change in your local environment? What needs to change in your ecosystem? Does something need detoxifying? Does something need purifying? Do you feel in your power where you are? Are you in a relationship with a sibling, an aunt, uncle, cousin, a landlord, or anyone that affects your kind of regular sense of well-being? Are you in a relationship that needs to be up-leveled, that needs to be transformed? That could be part of what's going on with you here as well. This is where you want to take back your power. This is where you want to open up to something new and different. With this transit happening here, you could get a new inspiration or a gift or a lucky break from someone who you interact with on a regular basis. Someone gives you a tip, someone invites you to a party, you go to a class, you're walking in nature wherever you live, you meet someone and something opens up for you. So you definitely want to follow, or at least I encourage you to follow my advice of be open to those little nudges that you're getting that are asking you to change up your routine. Go here, try this, try a new food, try a new walking path, whatever it is. Change up your routine so that your brain is more open to receiving the signs and synchronicities. Okay, Pisces, let me pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say for you. Pisces, your card is great adventure, take a risk and venture forward. Yes, yes, yes. Across from your third house where Jupiter and Uranus are meeting up is your ninth house of adventure, your ninth house of long distance travel. So some of you may be receiving an activation from a planet and point that's in your chart that in the ninth house, or you are being guided to take a risk in the ninth house area. You may be receiving some sort of spiritual awakening, an epiphany, changing up your scenery. Changing up your scenery is going to open you up to new vistas, new horizons, new ways of thinking, expansion. Take a risk and venture forward. As you take a risk, you are going to open yourself up energetically for the beautiful heart's desire that you are intending during this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Beautiful Pisces. So if this message resonates, or you want to share something inspiring with us, or just share how you're experiencing this transit now, let us know in the comments below. Aquarius, hello, beautiful Aquarius. Aquarius, you are having this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, this new opening, life upgrade, hope and optimism, a sense of healthy rebellion, Aquarius. That's not something that's new to you. Where you want to revolutionize your life, that is your fourth house of home and family, or it is your inner self. The fourth house is the most personal part of our chart. It is the nadir of our chart. That is our earliest experiences of life. That is our roots, our sense of acceptance, our need to feel like we belong where we are. So you, Aquarius, are most likely thinking about this right now, thinking about, do I want to stay living where I am? Or if I do love where I am, do I feel a sense of rootedness and belonging in my life here on an energetic level? Do I want to change my sanctuary in some way? Is there something going on in my family that I want to open up? You may want to open up a relationship with a family member in terms of your sense of bonding and love and closeness. Or you may feel that a family member relationship is just not in alignment with you anymore. You need to take space. You need to step back. Many of you will likely move your home, or you're thinking about where you want to live. You may downsize. You could be gifted with some sort of opportunity to build a new home, or you may have someone new move into your home, someone move out of your home. This is where change is happening for the good, for your highest good. Beautiful Aquarius. Okay, so let's pull a card for you and be open to any revelations that come forth that have to do with healing, because this is a place you could have a dramatic healing on a childhood wound or on a past life experience that brings a new sense of security, a new sense of rootedness within yourself, which then ripples out to your life, of course, as well. So Aquarius. Oh, it's hard to breathe when you talk sometimes. Okay, Aquarius, your card. Your card is miracles. Yes, yes, yes. Expect the wonders. Expect the wonders to emerge. Oh my gosh. This is the card of the magician. This card is saying, embrace and activate the magician within. Know that you are the co-creator of your life, and not just the co-creator, you are a magical co-creator. If you don't already have a fun little talisman like this, a fun little Aladdin's lamp like this, maybe you want to get something like this just to make it more fun, to make this whole manifestational process more fun and magical feeling. It's time to suspend any disbelief. If you have any disbelief, Aquarius, tune into the galactic consciousness. Put your intentions out there and expect miracles. If you want to claim your miracle, Aquarius, claim it in the comments below. Okay, Capricorn. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are experiencing this expansive Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, changing up your life in powerful, positive ways, bringing you a life upgrade, bringing you a tangible blessing, opening you up to a healthy inner rebellion or revolution. Some of you are revolutionizing your life here. And this could be for some of you that you didn't want to have children before and now you want to have a child, or you never saw yourself as a creative, artistic being and now you're getting into your creativity. Now you're starting to dabble in an art or some sort of creative expression. Or you could have said, I don't want to date, I don't want a boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't want a partner, and now you're opening up to that. Something is changing here in this area of pleasure and romance. And this is not just romance in the traditional way of thinking about it. This is romancing your inner self. This is making your own life feel more lush, feel more joie de vivre, more lusciousness in your life. Capricorn, if you feel like you've been in the desert, it's time to water this area of your life, to get the creative juices flowing, to do things that bring in more adventure, more freedom, more aliveness. This is the house of aliveness for you. As Howard Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs, ask what brings you alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. So this is a beautiful place to have Jupiter and Uranus lighting up this house for you, saying it's time to really bring more of this fulfilling aliveness into your life. And yes, again, this could have to do with love, romance, children, creativity. Really, at the basis of all of this is your own inner child, you delighting and caring for and spicing up your life in a way that delights your inner muse, Capricorn. So let's shuffle for you and see what the cards have to say. Capricorn, your card is beginning a new cycle, first light. Capricorn, you are the light. You are the light. Life is blooming after a wintry time in your life. This is the time to really feel, regardless of which hemisphere you're in, regardless of whether you are in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, there is a spring, a new spring coming, bursting forth within you, within you. The snowy, wintry weather is transforming into beautiful new growth. And because there is this crescent moon here, as well as leaves falling at the same time, it is time to release and let go of your past. It is time to let go of old pain, heal it, release it, breathe through it, and embrace this new beginning. Take action. When we get to the next, after this full moon in Scorpio, when we get to the first quarter moon, that is a time that you may see a new manifestation, you may get a new epiphany, or you may feel really fired up and ready to take action on what your heart most wants. It's time to claim your light, Capricorn. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're feeling this energy. I would love to hear. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Hi, beautiful Sag. You are experiencing this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your 6th house of daily habits, health. So some of you are going to experience a change in your health. You may have been dealing with some sort of health issue, or maybe you've been carrying more weight than you've been wanting to carry. Something about your physical well-being or your daily work is shifting here. Jupiter wants to bring you into a beautiful expansion, but it's going to require that you open up and are willing to innovate. You're willing to cause your own inner rebellion or revolution that is going to be probably outside of your comfort zone. It's going to require you to take a risk. It's going to call on you to see yourself in a new way and to rewrite your story. And I talk all about that in detail in the first part of this video. So go back and watch that if you haven't already. But in a practical way, Sag, a lot of you are wanting a shift in your daily work, most likely. Some of you may say, I'm tired of working. I don't want to work anymore. I want financial independence. I'm going to figure out how to make this work. Some of you may be even downsize into a tiny home or a camper or live in a different way than you've been living so that you can have more freedom in your daily life. Freedom and flexibility. Uranus wants to liberate us. It wants to bring us the freedom that we didn't have. At the very least, if you don't have a flexible schedule, you may be changing that up. You may be starting your own business. You may really change up your health routines, your exercise routines. You may be really beginning to take responsibility for your health in a new way. If you've had a long-standing health issue like chronic fatigue, or you've been in a toxic work environment, anything that's diminished your power, anything that has made you feel less vital, less alive, less your true self, this transit is saying it's time to rebel against that, take your power back, and step into a whole new way of life. For some of you, this is going to be a whole new lifestyle for you. So let me pull a card for you now and see what the cards have to say. Beautiful Sag. Sagittarius. Our little song, Sag. Okay. Enjoy the journey, Sag, the wandering path. You can see that there's a fox here and there is a map. And there's a compass. And some of you may feel like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the destination is. And that could make you feel anxious. That could make you feel like you are untethered. That could make you feel like you don't have a map. And if you need guidance, get my book, The Magic of Saying Yes. I give you lots of tools in that book, and I share all my stories of feeling untethered as well and trying to search and find what I was looking for when I was going through big life transitions. This card tells me that some of you are feeling like you're lost right now. Some of you are feeling like you're wandering. And that is exactly the fertile ground that often needs to come before we have a breakthrough, right? Before we have a breakthrough, we often feel lost. We often feel like we're in a dark night of the soul. And that prepares us to be open enough to be asking the universe, to be working with our higher source to get the answers that we're asking for. So enjoy the journey, beautiful Sag. You are not alone. There are many other wanderers, fellow wanderers. We are all with you on the path. Get the support that you need. Trust your process. Call on your totem animals. Call on your wise inner fox for answers. And enjoy the journey, because once you get to your dream, another new quest will open up for you, Sag. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates. I would love to hear. Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, we are about to have a full moon in your sign, squaring Pluto, where you will likely receive an illumination, a truth, something opening up for you that is going to facilitate this new Jupiter-Uranus conjunction opening for you, this new epiphany or revolution that puts you into alignment with what your heart most wants in the area of committed partnerships. This is where Jupiter and Uranus are coming together, saying it's time to change something up here. It's time to receive that tangible earthly blessing, and it will likely come through a person in your life with whom you have a committed partnership, whether it is a business relationship or a personal partnership. They have your back, you have their back, you have a spoken or unspoken agreement to support one another. This is where you may be receiving your bounty, and of course it will depend on any other planets or points in your natal astrology chart that are being activated by this conjunction. That always gives me more information when I'm doing readings for clients. But without seeing your chart, I can tell you that you will likely receive your blessing through a partnership. You may be wanting to upgrade this area of your life. You may be wanting a partner if you don't have a partner now, or you may be wanting to connect more deeply with your own inner self. Some of you will be ending a partnership. Some of you are maybe changing what you do in terms of who you work with, who you partner with in your profession. Some of you may be ready to get married. You might propose to a partner or be receiving a proposal. And or you may be feeling some sort of inner rebellion going on within you that is telling you you need a change in this area of your life. Scorpio, let me shuffle the cards for you and see what the card message is for you. Scorpio, your card is discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. This is the Scorpio full moon that we're about to have. And you know, all of these energies are part of the same soup. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the Scorpio full moon happening just 3 days after the Aries solar eclipse even. That was the beginning of a new I am identity for all of us. All of this is part of the same manifestational cycle that is happening. And part of that full moon, as I talk about in that full moon video, is discovering a truth. So in this card, you can see that there are people over here talking, and this person has overheard them and discovered a truth, and now they're going their own way. Now they're walking in their own direction. So that could happen for you too. You could hear something, receive something, find out about something. Mercury's been retrograde, so some information has been hidden. You could get new information that then affects a partnership for you, or it affects your dream or your trajectory within partnership. Whatever it is, it's going to free you, it's going to liberate you, it's going to put you back in your power. Reclaim your power, Scorpio. Decide to go the way that is best for you. Stay true to yourself. Set boundaries if you need to. Listen to your own higher guidance, because you are being given exactly what you need to make the right choices to align you with your Jupiter-Uranus gift, whatever that is. Scorpio, if this resonates, leave me a comment. Let me know. I love hearing from you. Libra, hello, beautiful Libra. Libra, your Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, heart's desire, your activation, your opening to a new life upgrade, to a new tangible blessing, an inner rebellion perhaps happening for you that is expanding you and opening up your thinking to a new way of approaching your life is happening for you in your house of power, your house of power and control, the house that involves partnerships and money, shared assets, shared time, energy, and resources, often with a partner with whom we're committed or a business partner. Also the house of debts and taxes and loans. So this is the house where we can carry a sense of weight, a weightiness, responsibility, and commitment to another or to others. And with Jupiter and Uranus coming together here, there is a leaving behind of anything that isn't in alignment with you anymore, leaving behind of a weight, putting down baggage perhaps, and an opening up, a picking up of a spark of inspiration that is taking you into a new life, that is taking you into a new chapter, or at the very least, taking you into an opening of something feeling expansive and hopeful and optimistic. Something in this area of your life is changing up. You may really be thinking here about, how can I improve my financial life? How can some of you may want to retire. Some of you may want to become financially independent. You may want to pay off like student loans or something, or a car payment or something that's felt heavy for you. But this is the house of death, rebirth, and transformation. So it's bigger than that. It's bigger than, I want to pay off this loan. That may be the practical thing that you want, but on a deeper level, it is you transforming. And for some of you, this is you wanting a better quality of life, and it's financial and it's partnership oriented. And this is whether or not you have a partner, because we partner with different people in all aspects of our life, whether they're coworkers or they're friends or they're business partners, or it's your inner partner. It could be your inner partner as well, marrying yourself. And it could involve your sexuality, your emotional intimacy, your desire to have an awakening, perhaps, in this aspect of your life. It's also the house of real estate. So some of you could be wanting to purchase your own home, wanting to sell a home, wanting to downsize. Definitely your assets, financial assets, will be on your mind during this time. Some of you may start investing for the very first time. Okay, so Libra, let me see, or you might get a gift, you might get an inheritance, you might get a windfall of money here, which would be so wonderful and exciting and helpful. So let me pull a card for you now, Libra, and see what the cards have to say. And getting some money from somewhere that you weren't expecting could help you free yourself from something, an obligation or a responsibility that you know is no longer good for you. Okay. Libra, your card is Grace and Gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. You are going to be receiving something during this transit, or over, it's a 14-year transit, but we often see it play out, at least the first part of it, the first gifts of it, we see play out over the first year or so. Grace and gratitude, and some of you are already receiving something from this. Some of you are already on your way. It starts with your heart's desire. Remember that, Libra. I want to impress that upon everyone. Like, it starts with your own spark of inspiration, what you want. The universe needs you to tell it which way, needs you to direct it, right? In terms of your target, needs to know what are we going for here? Otherwise, how does it know what to bring you? But some of you are feeling gratitude for what you're already receiving. Grace is Jupiter energy. Gratitude is Jupiter energy too. Grace is like the grace of the heavens shining down upon you. The more that you count those tiny blessings for the tiny little things that happen day to day, the more that you are going to see these blessings expanding in your life. Through gratitude, joy expands. Beautiful Libra. If you want to claim these blessings, let us know. Claim them in the comments below. Virgo, hello, beautiful Virgo. Virgo, if you watched the first part of this video, you know that during the exact conjunction, Saturday, April 20th, the moon was in Virgo, helping us to see what we are ready to release, let go of, shift up in terms of our inner narrative, our inner story. I think you're going to feel that. I think you're going to feel that, Virgo. After all, this conjunction is taking place in your house of expansion if you are Virgo rising. This is a beautiful place to have Jupiter transiting, because Jupiter is at home in the 9th house. But not only that, we have Uranus here too. So what areas of life might you see shifting? Where might you be having an inner rebellion, an inner, I'm changing my life up here, I'm doing it differently, I'm leaving this behind, I'm having an ending, I'm starting a new thing, I'm inspired in new ways? Where are you going to experience that? It could be for you in higher learning. It could be for you in another culture, learning a new language, or traveling to another culture, long distance travel. It could be your spiritual beliefs, anything metaphysical, learning anything new, learning anything that is expanding you on a philosophical level, especially learning astrology, for example. Anything that brings you into greater alignment with your soul or your values. You are entering a whole new world that would feel like a new horizon, that would feel like the sun coming out in your life, beautiful Virgo. This is the invitation for you. And depending on whether any of your natal planets or points are being activated for you by the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, that gives us further information of other areas of your life that could be changing as well. This I would need to see your chart for in order to let you know what else is being activated. But for sure, you are likely to receive a blessing or gift through something in your 9th house. which is really big picture truth, your truth, and how that expands you, how new scenery, new vistas, travel, expanding our learning, how that lights us up and opens our thinking up to receive the blessings that we so desire. So Virgo, some of you are going to take new adventures. Some of you are going to travel. Some of you are, I don't know why, but I just got this image of someone like on a camping trip, or, you know, spending more time in national parks, or going someplace that is really connecting you with nature. This is Taurus energy. It's earth energy after all. And sometimes it does just make us want to get back to nature. So let me pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. Virgo, your card is grounding. Speaking of nature, go deep and explore your roots. So this to me looks like relaxation. This looks like you taking a time out. Definitely grounding your energy. Being near water is a beautiful thing. You're getting a trine, Virgo, to your rising or any other planets or points that you may have in Virgo. You're getting a trine from this Taurus energy, which is positive energy flow, wind at your back. So that's really beautiful. Give yourself time to connect with the earth, to receive the energy of a tree, to reconnect with your spirit, beautiful Virgo. Go deep and explore your roots, because there may be something in your childhood conditioning, in your family line, something to do with ancestral healing, that is a revelation for you that, when you become aware of it, puts you on a whole new course. Leo, hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you are receiving a tangible earthly blessing and opening up to something new, ending something, leaving behind stagnancy, getting unstuck, changing up your life, your own quiet inner rebellion happening in your 10th house of career, legacy, retirement for some of you, semi-retirement, or simply fulfillment, life purpose, how you want to spend your precious time. Someone asked me in the last video, what if I don't have a career? Then this is the house of how you want to spend your precious time. This could be volunteering for some of you if you don't have a career any longer. It's what you're passionate about. 10th house is passionate vocation, whether we get paid for it or not. This is where the universe is saying, it's time to change it up. It's time to innovate. It's time to do something different. And if you're not changing your career, it may be that you're doing it differently in some way. It's time to bring in a new infusion of creativity, of aliveness, because this transit wants to help us to come more alive first and foremost. So Leo, let us shuffle the cards. Some of you are getting a promotion. Some of you are starting your own business. Some of you may be connecting with a new business partner. It could be anything. Some of you could be getting a new infusion of money, or you have a benefactor coming into your life that is going to really help you take your career to the next level, or start a new career, a new business. Let's see what the cards have to say. Or maybe you can finally retire because you're getting the financial help that you needed to do so. Your card is Rainbow Blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Oh my goodness. How can you not love this? You're going through a portal. There's the rainbow. Time to leave the old life behind, or at least the old consciousness. You are going through a portal and you are going toward new vistas. There are so many different ways that blessings can come into your life. I've already mentioned a few of them. What is it for you? Leo, open up to your blessings, your fortune, your good fortune coming in a lot of different ways. The main thing is to open up your consciousness so that you are the match, a match for the highest vibration of what your heart most desires. And if you want to claim that, if you want to claim your rainbow blessings, let us know, Leo. You will inspire all of us. Cancer, hello, beautiful Cancer. Cancer, I have my moon and my rising in Cancer. And those of you who are Cancer risings are experiencing Jupiter and Uranus coming together to bring you a lucky break, good fortune, your own inner rebellion, revolution for something new, for an upgrade in this area of your life. And for you, this is the house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. This is the house of fulfillment. This is a social media platform or your public, your adoring public Cancer. I say that facetiously, but it's fun to say. This is where you receive support. This is the house of support. Alliances, it can be financial blessings. It is a financial house and a relationship house. Often we receive a blessing here through friendships or through anyone saying, I want to help you. How can I help you? Music to your ears. This will be beautiful, Cancer. This is also the house of long-term financial gains. So what has your heart been wanting? What would bring you fulfillment? For those of you that have your own business, you might get an uptick in prosperity in your business. Or you may want new friendships. After all, Uranus going through the 11th house has been really, really hard on most Cancers in terms of friendships. Friendships coming and going, ending. Because of your own flourishing and evolving, Cancer, that's what happens, right? When we evolve, if the people that we're with are not evolving at the same level, we do have to let go of those friendships. But that's still really hard, especially on Cancers who want emotional security. So you haven't had the emotional security, but Jupiter and Uranus coming together are saying, Cancer, it's time to have a new vision, a vision that is true to you, that relates to any of the 11th house matters that I just described to you. And I do think for a lot of Cancers, this will involve finances, as well as any ways that you can receive support from others. Recognition too. Recognition for all of the hard work that you've been putting in any of these areas of your life, which can definitely include career, especially if you put your work out into the world in a public way. So Cancer, let me pull a card for you. And if you haven't watched the first part of this video, I strongly encourage you to do so because I give you a lot of tips to activate this energy and say yes to those soul nudges. This is a good time, by the way, to join some sort of a community. This is a community, this channel. But in addition to this, any kind of group or community that feels like your tribe, this is the house of tribe, this is a good time to connect with them and get the support that you need. Okay, Cancer. Your card is clear the air. There is lightning. Lightning is a Uranus thing. Distant thunder. Is there any sort of frustration or anger that you are feeling in a relationship or in a situation? What have you not spoken out loud? Or what have you not, if you don't want to talk to a person because you have pent-up anger from a past situation or relationship, for example, one of my favorite tools that I offer in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, is getting in the car, if you have a car, and driving and expressing your anger out loud because we feel comfortable doing it in a car. Usually no one can hear us. The windows are rolled up. You might have music on. Expressing your anger, releasing it. And if you need to have a conversation with a current person in your life that you haven't had, this is the time to clear the air, beautiful Cancer. Release the energy that's stored up in your body that isn't helping you, that could be creating some static, to receiving the nudges from your soul, the synchronicities, the signs that you need to receive. There's a clearing that wants to happen for you. And by doing so, beautiful Cancer, you are going to free yourself. You are going to feel liberated. You're going to feel lighter, and you're going to feel ready to say yes to going out of your comfort zone and taking a risk to activate the Jupiter-Uranus energy for your highest good. Cancer, if this resonates or there's something else you want to share with us about this transit, leave me a comment. Let us know. I would love to hear. Gemini, hello, my beautiful Gemini. I have my natal sun in Gemini and Gemini. If you're Gemini rising, you're going to be experiencing and or are experiencing now the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your 12th house of retreat, rejuvenation, the house of the mystic, the house of reprogramming your subconscious mind. This is a powerful, powerful place to have Jupiter and Uranus coming together, facilitating for many of you a spiritual awakening, helping you to see something with new eyes, to reframe something that happened in your past. For some of you, this is going to involve what you consider to be a past loss, a past failure, a setback perhaps, to realize the truth about it and how whatever happened was part of your soul's journey, Gemini. Very, very important right now for us to reframe our past if it's holding us back in any way from going toward the positive, powerful change that Jupiter and Uranus want to give us. The 12th house is where we do astral travel. It's where we have these magical, mystical experiences. It's where we get in touch with the ethereal realms. And you can really receive epiphanies and life-changing awakenings by going into your deepest self through guided visualization or meditation or anything else that takes you out of your normal way of seeing. So this is what I would encourage you to do, is intend a breakthrough and do those things that take you out of your normal way of looking at life or looking at yourself especially. Also, Gemini, you could have an activation here of Jupiter and Uranus in a setting that is not your normal setting, like going on a yoga retreat or going to church, or if you don't normally do that, like anything that you don't normally do that heightens your awareness, being in nature, plant medicine for some of you, doing things, talking to people, putting yourself consciously into situations that are new for you. This is where the magic can happen, Gemini, and you know you are the magician. You know that there is that one foot in both worlds that you do that allows you to bring those synchronicities and those signs into your life, and that really elevates you, Gemini. That's very, very important to you. And by the way, I have a superpower video for each of the 12 signs. If you haven't watched your Gemini superpower video, I highly encourage you to watch that as well. For new inspiration and to see yourself with real eyes, with true eyes, to see yourself as you actually are, Gemini, because you have the power to co-create any reality that you choose. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. Gemini, your card is infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Gemini, it's pouring into your life. Oh my goodness, you gotta love this. Okay, what I love about this card is that there are many people, well, there are three people. It's like the Three of Cups, this card to me. There are three women here, and they are just holding the blanket open to receive the fruits that are falling off the tree. Do it in community if you can. Get some socialness into your life if you haven't had that. That's really important for Geminis as well. And just open up, that metaphorically speaking, the fruit is falling off the trees for you. Gemini, if you don't have an image of abundance that you can keep activating, like fruit falling from trees, whatever it is for you, cultivate an image of abundance that can really help you to feel the abundance in your belly, to feel the abundance in your, to embody that so that it feels really real to you. Beautiful Gemini. So leave me a comment. Let me know how you're experiencing this transit. I would love to hear. My beautiful friend, thank you for joining me for this practical tips Jupiter-Uranus video. I hope that it has helped you. I hope that you've gotten something from it that is helping to infuse the wind in your sails for this epic astrology transit of 2024. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your subscribes. Your likes, comments, and subscribes are what help this video to go out to more people who love astrology and also help support my channel. I also include several ways that you can donate to my channel if you'd like to do that in the description box below. And first and foremost, I want to thank you for being part of this tribe, part of this like-minded community. If you want to know how is this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction activating the planets and points in your natal astrology chart, I would love to help illuminate this for you, as well as let you know what all the other transits are doing in your chart right now. How are the planets infusing you with new possibility? What transits are happening that may be more challenging? When will they end? And how can you best work with these energies for your own empowerment? Go to my website, check out my astrology consultation offerings as well as my coaching offerings. You can easily put in your time zone, choose your offering, book online, and I'm excited to meet you on Zoom. I have a free gift for you. That free gift is a soothing guided meditation, reconnecting to your heart, reconnecting to your spiritual guidance, the unconditional love of the divine. To get that free gift, just go to my website, subscribe to my weekly inspirational astrology updates for free, and you will get your instant download right away. My beautiful friend, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is epic, is the most stimulating, optimistic, and hopeful transit of 2024. You're not doing it alone. We're all in this together. Let me know how you're feeling this energy. Let me know your thoughts and feelings and aspirations. And until my next video, I'm sending you all my love.